Hi guys, my name is Jiaxin. I'm 24 years old and I graduated from University of Arizona last year with film and television production major. Film really brings me the inspiration of life and it changed my life. The first change for me, I would say I made this decision of being a filmmaker right after I finished watching film The Wall by Alan Parker. That film isn't a complete story. It just gave you a basic storyline and a lot of thinking spaces to audience. The director was very creative. He used a lot of combinations of music, animations, and different shot design to overcross every single plot. That was the first time I felt how such aggressive way of narrative techniques just worked beyond the traditional films. So that's why I choose to study film. I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. I wanted to do something like that. So the second change for me is I saw things differently since then. Because in that film, the director didn't use very straight way to describe the whole story and the main thesis. He used a bunch of different creative, meaningful images and artistic animations to imply and ironing the destruction of the wall, good and evil human natures, consequences of bad educations. So, which made me realize that we have a different communication ways of talking to people. Sometimes we don't have to tell people our true feelings or stories in very straight way. We could be more implied and artistic to describe it or ask questions. A lot of great close up are used in that film. What impressed me the most is there were a group of students. They are falling into a meat grinder one by one, and then they all become a stack of minced meat. The design of this part is trying to show that as a student they are feel panic and manipulated under the education. So which made me realize the film isn't 100% fictional. Is what happened in story is what we could meet every day in our real life. So everyone is a director. The film we're directing is called the real life. The story is all about you and me. Some of us are main characters and some of us might only live for a few episodes. I can feel the highly competitive of film industry over the past 1 year working a lot of talented people here in China. But I do believe I have some personal qualities might help me to achieve the certain level of my future career. First of all, I got so many crazy ideas. For example, last year I saw more and more people are playing this interactive online game, which is the one you can set up a team and work with others, even some of crew member across the country. So I came up with this new idea called interactive film. I haven't seen anyone do it before, honestly, but it's like audience can truly be part of the film. We offer different options to finish the rest of the story. Like like audience can truly interact with our characters in some degree, and we even can shoot a new story if there's a new idea come up with audience and it's highly voted. But I know it's very big thing, and I even talk about it with my ex boss. But we know, but it's just end up with no enough money and crew resources. So I just hold that in my mind. But you can tell how bound I am from this new idea. I really love exploring and trying something new. On top of that, I do everything specific and organized. Most of the time, I think one step ahead of others. I was casting director once, and we were shooting in the Golden Triangle. I made this full detailed actor information, including their acting skills, acting clips, and different personal images. I even selected a bunch of different scripts to match those auditioning actors with different acting skills. I even made this production design lookbook with characters' costume, makeup, and props. That was very personally, I didn't expect it to be used, but turns out it really useful because there were one selected actor wasn't really work out with our character setting, and but our director just really like his look. So luckily I had this production design book, and it had different had bunch of different other options with props, clothing, and even characters personality change. So it turns out really work with him as well as the whole story. So after that, the director just told me, Jiaxin, I need you to consult with our production team as well. So I was like having the second job besides casting director in that film crew. So the reason why I did that is I always think a lot like one step ahead of others. Yeah, and but the biggest advantage of I'm proud of myself is I would never give up from all these challenges and hard times. I will stick with it forever. And so that's why I choose to continue my master study. And master study, I wish to have more advices both on my story creating and directing wise. I wish to have more hands-on experiences over the master study, because we usually collaborate with classmates on BFA year, but I wish to direct more film individually over the master study. And I also, more important, I also can work with a lot of talented people. Some of them might accomplish a certain level of work, so I can learn a lot from them and be part of more creative group. So yeah, thank you for listening. Oh, I'm sorry for this ugly background because this is how the room decorated. So thank you again for listening. I'm glad to have this opportunity here to present myself.